call her. Just listen to what you all were discussing as far as the Harvey conversation and Mary and this, that, and that, and that. And I said to myself, I said, well, I met Steve Harvey, and it reminded me how his attitude, his demeanor was to me. So I was thinking, he's like that to me. And then that right there, I said, well, I want to call and talk to her. So that's how I ended up corresponding with Essie.
With Essie. Okay, well, I had got tipped
off.
Where
did you see me from?
No, I didn't see you, and I didn't even know your name. But I had got tipped off that there was a transgender lady that Steve had an encounter with, right? And so, yeah, unless there's more than one, which there
it wasn't me.
Okay. Oh, well, I guess it was somebody else. But I had got a tip.
My neck. I would have encountered as young and dumb as I was. I'm gonna tell that truth.
Well, here's the thing. This is what I say, right? I always say, you know, to me, there's nothing wrong if a man loves him a transgender woman, then he like what he like. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he should be ostracized because of that. However, if you're gonna be somebody that's openly homophobic, which Steve has been, then you got to make sure your own tea is clean. That's what I say. Just make sure can't nobody clock you while you're talking about other folks, right?
Okay.
And so, like, what year was it that you met Steve?
Okay, let me say this part before I forget. I'm sorry. When I met Steve, I didn't feel that he was looking at me that way. I don't know if he knew I was transgender. At that time, sweetheart, transgender was not even that word. Nobody knew what that was. Only people knew it was not like now. Like I said, it was no iPhone or internet. I think MySpace wasn't even out, or that late in the 90s.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it was that long ago. I'm a transgender woman, as I stated. I didn't have breasts. I didn't have hormones. I just managed to obviously I was always treated as a female or a girl. I say girl because I was 30-something, because that ain't no grown-up. Well, somebody.
Okay.
I've never been handled like that. I never had a problem going to the bathroom, this, that, and the other. So to me, even I had a flat chest. Like I said, I told Essie I hadn't even had hormones or anything.
You had wait, you hadn't had any hormones. So what? So did you just look more androgynous? Because there are some women that are just naturally petite.
Like probably a little 9-year-old little girl going to high school, 13 or something. I don't know. I didn't look like a boy.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, kind of sort of to me, because I didn't have breasts. Because when I got a job I received a transgender woman. I didn't know what transgender was. I was born in Dayton, Ohio, and I didn't know that part of the world. And when I got to Atlanta, Georgia at 23, and as the years went by, and I started seeing these different people, and I didn't know that was me. And and I was always approached or treated as a girl or woman, young lady, without breast, hormone, no makeup or anything. At that time, when I met Steve Harvey, working backstage at the Fox Theater in Atlanta, Georgia, as I stated to Essie, he had that hair at the time. He had that high top fade or whatever they called it.
Oh Lord, he had the glue on weave.
That was that long ago.
Okay.
And that's when he was wearing those long suit jackets, those pimp suits of that stuff. That was back then. And he had a big black man with him. As he called him a name, I don't remember the name.
Big Boom.
Yeah. And a big hat on. I took him in the elevator, and he was just rude to me. And I was a fan of him. I was a fan like the Steve Harvey show. I mean, like my husband was loving Nia Long, and I was looking at Steve Harvey. So
what? Wait. So you was attracted to Steve Harvey and that mustache?
I told Essie, years ago, before I even worked at that theater, I was a fan of Steve Harvey's. I had a crush on this man like nobody's business.
What?
Yes, this is my story. This is my truth. Wow. I don't know if Essie got it real thick like you're getting it. He was on, let me see, when Cedric the Entertainer was on there and that show.
Now let me ask you, what was it about him that you liked? Did you just like brown skinned fellas? Did you like that he was tall? What was it?
I liked his lips and he had a big booty.
Oh, big old booty Steve.
Well, I like a black man with a booty now. I ain't trying to get none, but I'm the girl. You riding this roller coaster, I want to hold on so I don't fall off, baby.
You liked him. You watched him on the Steve Harvey show, which was a good show. But that was back when we had the WB.
Yeah, channel. That was a long time ago.
Long time ago. So, okay, so when you actually met him at the Fox Theater in Atlanta, you were working as security, right?
I'll tell you, I worked backstage security. I was not a security guard.
Oh, okay.
I worked backstage security. Yeah, let's get that specified because I think Essie thought I said I wasn't a security guard. I worked backstage security. So when you work backstage security at the Fox Theater, you can work backstage security, but everybody has a job or a area that's in security. So you have someone that's putting the orange cones outside for the limos and the buses for the celebrities. You have someone that answers the door. You have someone backstage. You have somebody that operates the elevator to take the performers or whoever's coming in the building to their dressing rooms. I was that.
Nice. Okay.
So that's how I got all the stuff.
Ew.
I got fired from that job taking a picture with Monica, the singer.
What, they fired you for that?
Well, I'll tell you why they fired me. I did something wrong. I didn't think. I'm a starstruck person. Who was performing that night? Mary J. Blige was performing that night. Monica's manager came backstage. I happened to be by the door. I opened the door because the person who opened the door wasn't there. And he let me know who he was. So I let him in and took care of him. Monica came later. This was during the time when Monica was going through that issue. She was a little girl now. She's a grown woman now.
Okay.
This is back in the time when that man doing that abortion and the boyfriend committed suicide or whatever that story was.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yes, that long ago. It was that day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, oh, darling, I got Fox Theater stories y'all will not believe. Not only this, then I got fired because I took a picture with her on the inside of the theater. If you work there, you take a picture with a celebrity, it has to be outside on the sidewalk. And I didn't do it, and I got fired that night.
Oh, so, man. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, fine. So let's go back to Steve. So you
okay.
Yeah. So you seen him, of course. He was backstage at to escort him to a different part of the theater. He was with Big Boom.
Let me let you know how he got in the door because he wasn't a part of the theater. He came in backstage. When he came in with that bodyguard.
Okay.
And I let him on the elevator. Before he got there, prior 2 hours or maybe 2.5 hours, I'm not exactly sure the exact time, there was a man from a radio station, WAOK, in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll still keep saying WAOK. He came to interview Steve Harvey. Okay, he was like a couple of hours early. Steve Harvey didn't come. His show was, I think, at 8 o'clock that night. He would get there at 7:30. He got there at 7:30 something. So, long story short on that, the man, the guy came and I let him in. I took him to Steve Harvey's dressing room, but I got him a chair. I set him outside the door, his dressing room, and he sat up there for, till Steve Harvey got there. But I took care of him my way. I'm still at work, but I make sure he had some water or something. I didn't leave him unattended. I didn't have to do that. Mind you, I I didn't get permission from my supervisor to get him in there. I'm still on my Steve Harvey fan thing in my mind.
Right.
So he said he was there to meet, to interview Steve Harvey. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll let you in. He didn't ask me anything. I did it on my own. Nobody asked me to do that. I jeopardized my job then.
Okay.
Okay. So I took him up. I seated him. I made sure he was okay. I was doing my work. Nothing's going on in the theater at that time because Steve Harvey's got the show tonight, so everybody's getting ready for him or whatever they were doing. So when Steve Harvey did arrive and he got on the elevator, well, I got him on the elevator, and I said, Mr. Harvey, I called him Mr. Harvey. I said, there's a man outside your dressing room from a radio station to interview you, something like that. I said, it's a little window on the elevator. I don't know what the elevator is. You have to pull the gate back and you have to use two hands. That old elevator. I can't think of what the name of it is. Anyway, Steve Harvey looked at that window and he looked back at me and he's like I told Essie, he said, I don't know that motherfucker. Don't bring no motherfucking body else up here.
Oh.
And I said, yes. Yeah, he said that to me. I'm a fan. Oh. I opened the door, let him out. That man was sitting there. He walked straight in his dressing room, which was right across from the elevator when I opened it. He could walk straight in his dressing room. There was some flowers over there on a table or something. He went in the bathroom, which the bathroom was on the right-hand side in his dressing room. I work security. I know I have to lock those doors when the performers leave. So I know the dressing rooms. He used the bathroom. He came out. He still didn't speak to that man. He got on the elevator. We go down. I take him to the stage. He kissed me on my neck. I said kiss. It might have been the peck. He asked me, did I smell his breath or nothing like that? I don't know. I just know it's Steve Harvey. It was a peck. He said, thank you, sister. What I said to Essie and what he did when he got on stage, and I followed, and I could stand backstage and watch because I don't have to use the elevator until his show is over. Mm-hmm. I have to take him up. And his first joke was about, he said something about punks and gay men and transgender in that formation. And he just kissed this joke on the neck. That's what I told Essie, and this is my truth.
So he had just kissed a transgender woman on the neck, gave her a peck.
In other words, your joke is on you, honey.
Wow. Now here. Oh.
I bet you what. But to me, I was like I said, I was a diehard fan of his.
Right.
And I told Essie was like, Essie probably wanted to punch me in the face. She probably hug and kiss me too, because I don't know, I feel love for her already. Yeah, he made jokes about, and my point, the wrong reason for reaching out to Essie, because I watched you and I saw her, and I listened to, I said, well, maybe my story might relate to the frame of mind is why I'm here.
Right.
So whether it's transphobia or if it's just disrespectful or whatever other words or terminologies we could come up with. So here I am. I'm saying the joke is on you, Steve. If I could have went out there on that stage, but I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know I was transgender. I never heard the word before at that time, Storm. At that time, I only saw shows. I went to gay clubs in Atlanta, Backstreet, a big nightclub, and I seen Queen Latifah and Janet Jackson and Jermaine Dupri sneak in the back door at 4:30 in the morning. I shook Queen Latifah's hand, so I just went to her face. But just my stories. I'm a real person. Of course, I'm authentic, and I just don't understand why people. I pray at night, and everybody don't like everybody. But me being a transgender woman, I live in an apartment building right now. It's a woman in my building that's called me a nigger two times, and she's still not evicted, and I'm not in jail. And then my building manager won't do anything about it. She likes Donald Trump. I have so many layers of my whole life that guess is the receipt is who I am. I'm authentic and I'm real, and I don't even know how to fight, Storm. Like with my hands, if somebody hit me, I don't know how to fight. I didn't fight in school. My brain is pretty good at hitting back. You don't mess with that. But no, but I like fairness with anybody, not only transgender people. Everybody is somebody. I told Essie, nobody knows if God is a man or a woman.
True.
And when I pray, I say, Mother, Father, God.
You do?
I do. And, well, hell, he made your ass and you're evil. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about in general, like out in the universe. But at the end of the day, we all belong to some higher power. We all here and we exist. And so I'm not prejudiced, but I don't date black men. Okay, so that's a twist. I don't know. I didn't choose that. My husband was black before he passed of cancer, 8 years in Atlanta. But I'm attracted to white men. I don't pick that. My point with that, Storm, is like people who they are. We have to respect each other. We don't have to like each other. We have to respect each other. So you can teach your own self how to respect. First of all, respect yourself. And I don't know how you teach yourself to do that, but my mother taught me. So if someone teach you how to respect them, then someone don't like it. At the end of the day, and then Steve Harvey, and I saw him. My feelings were hurt for that man, not me, Storm.
Yeah.
No, not me. It was that man. Because he didn't say hello to him. I jeopardized my job, Storm, by letting him in. I was supposed to ask my supervisor. All I know is Steve Harvey's coming, and this man said he was coming to interview him. And to me, in my heart, that was an automatic pass for him. Right. And that's what I did.
And Steve was just an a-hole, as he's always been. So, you know, I will say this, right? There's many stories of him being an a-hole, and there are stories of him having naked men in his computer with a jar full of Vaseline, him visiting the Dangalang dungeon.
I see. Okay, go.
I'm just saying, there's also, you know, stories of him being butt naked, reaching over a sleeping comedian with his dangalang all rubbing all across the comedian's mouth. Talking about
I saw that.
I'm just saying. So, you know, the people are talking, and you're very real, and you know, he kissed you on your neck, and
he kissed me on my neck, like I said. Essie asked me. She asked me more than once. I was like, no, I didn't feel his breath. I didn't feel anything. Like I said, I was that fan, and I'm not making excuses for him. I'm talking about where I was at that time.
Right. But tell me, what would you have done to him? Would you have, if he had wanted it, would you have took him down? Would you went down on him, had him go down on you? What's the deal?
No, I'm not that type of girl. I'm the type of girl, I want to be June Cleaver. I want a white picket fence. Oh. I want a dog. No, I'm that one. I'm that transgender woman. I ain't that one. And see, yes. Oh. No, I'm different. Oh, I'm different. I ain't that girl. Go down where? Go down and sign those papers. Right.
I know that's right.
Because I'll tell you, Storm, when I met my husband, bless his soul, Jack Winslow. When I met my husband, he didn't know I was a transgender woman. I flirted with him at the MARTA train station in Atlanta, Georgia, and Doraville, Georgia. And he would work there, and I flirted with this man. I got fired from Fox Theater at this time, and I went down the street to Back Street, and I was sweeping up cigarette butts in the nightclub. I ain't never seen no damn drag show in my life, and I'm almost 30. Right? Okay. I'm sweeping up cigarette butts. It's a restaurant upstairs on the second floor. It's not open. This nightclub is open 24 hours, but they got a restaurant. I'm a cook. I can cook the dead people some food and they wake up and go back to sleep. That's how great I am. I love nurturing. I love cooking. I love love. I'm a different, I don't know, everybody's different, but I'm the transgender kind of woman that you think that Joan Cleaver is my auntie. And I use that as an example, not white, black, or anything like that. But I was always the norm transgender girl. Is like, nobody believed I was transgender. I've had men say I was catfishing them. And I said, oh, you want to see something? Well, I have a unique gift, darling. I'm not ashamed of anything. The breasts are real. So,
And you grew your breasts naturally, right, with the hormones.
Well, yes, I don't wear socks.
Okay.
I'm 5'1". I weigh 127 pounds. I danced ballet when I was in high school. I won my high school talent show. I was a fag then. Wasn't no transgender in 1984. Okay, that's my number. You got me?
I got you.
You following, Storm?
I got you.
You following me?
Yes, ma'am.
1984, ballet class. I go to the boys' bathroom, the boys will run out. Oh, I want to play sports. What am I going to do? I can't play basketball. I played tennis. That's as bitch as I could get. Okay? I'm going to leave it like that.
I ain't mad at it, but today you're giving cunt. Today you're giving full cunt, right?
I'm just giving CC.
Aye.
So let me tell you something. Storm. Let me tell you something, baby. The world would be not, I don't know, I'll just say this. I've had encounters with men that has come to me. I can meet a man at Kroger's in the produce department without meeting him. And no flirtation. I'm treated like a woman everywhere I go.
Okay.
I don't try and do it. My presentation, I am a one. I don't go fishing. I don't go looking for nobody. I don't go picking up people. If I want somebody, I know if I'm going to call somebody who want to be bothered with me. And I say that because I'm strict. If I invite a man to my house, if you don't let the toilet seat down, I'm that woman. And I cook and stuff, and I treat you with respect. Excuse me, if you don't know how to treat me, I'll teach you. And if I teach you, then you have a problem with that. But I communicate well, and I consider everybody's feelings, because mine is not the only one that's important.
Of course.
And I communicate. No, mine is not the only one important. When I see you don't understand, and somebody, I'm saying, when I say you, I mean in general. Of course, I know you understand that. And I'll say, I can see you understand. I've been with men, and I realized you didn't know. He didn't know. He didn't buy me cocktails and dinner, and we just met online. And when I feel you don't know something, I'll put my cards on the table. I'm not gambling with my life. I am my truth. I like to sleep good at night.
Amen. You
have to be fair. If it means anything to you.
No, I hear you.
Not to you. When I say you, not you. When I say you, I mean in general, like out there. Not you, stormy weather.
But I love that about you. I love that you're open and you're like, this is what I am. This is what it is. Take it or leave it.
But you know what, Storm? I didn't always know that. This is something there. I'll be 59 years seasoned. I don't say old. I'll be 59 seasons next Monday. I'll be 59, but I got to get there, right?
Right.
So when I say that, I've said that to some friends, and you'll get that. I said, tomorrow is not promised, and today wasn't either. And that's right. So to me, when I wake up in the morning, being Miss CC, it's up to me what I do with my day, all day. That means, excuse me, thank you, please, I apologize, all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's how I live.
You're right.
But sometimes I have Jesus in this living room. I'm having some wine. Jesus said, don't take no shit. Oh, yes. I'll put my humor in there. Oh, please. Jesus, don't take no shit. I said, amen. And we clink our glasses and his ass leave and I'm drunk. So, well, yeah, that's how it goes. But the Steve Harvey experience, it changed my dynamic about him. But like I said, I was a fan. So it's like a kid being a fan of a football star, a basketball star, or something like that. Storm. And I'll tell you, in Steve Harvey's show, I loved that show. I loved him. I loved his teeth. I loved his clothes. I loved everything about Steve Harvey back then on that show. So my story, what I'm expressing is that I got the real him on that elevator, and that's when I realized, okay, that's an actor's job is to act.
Yes.
But to me, it's easier to be yourself. To me, it is. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I was starstruck. And when I saw him, and I pray, and revelation is real. So maybe that was the Lord saying, well, CC, that shit ain't real. Because the Lord can cuss at me and I ain't answering nothing. Okay? So that just, but I was hurt for that man sitting out there. This is my host conversation. It's not about me, and all the other star stuff is in passing. But I watched that man's face, and that man was sitting there, and I let him in. The Lord protected me. I didn't get fired, but and at the end of the day, that's the Lord's child too.
True.
Some higher power, and everybody has feelings. And he didn't even look at that man. I've seen the pain in that man's eyes, and then he can peck me on my neck. I said, kiss a peck. No, I didn't smell his breath. I was just happy. I was still in the family. I said, oh, that's Steve Harvey. But it went away how he treated that man. And I snuck that. I got that man in there. I could have got fired. I was only making $6 and something an hour. In Atlanta, Georgia, in Buckhead, Lenox Road. Google Buckhead, okay? Yeah. And so I've always been for the underdog in my life, Storm. Like when I was in high school and the kids were calling me names and the boys and the bathroom and things. And I kept winning and winning. I won my senior talent show. I got the best hairstyle. I taught aerobic dance classes a couple of days out the week because I was a ballet student at the Dayton Ballet. Then I went to Dayton Contemporary Dance Company, which is world known now. I met Judith Jamison. My dance instructor was Alvin Ailey's teacher. And I didn't know who I was or this and that. I didn't know what transgender was. I didn't know why I didn't like girls, Storm. I just knew I was different.
Yeah.
And the firstborn and my family, and my daddy got 2 girls younger than me, and I'm the oldest, and I'm a boy. My daddy buying me a fucking football and a rock'em sock'em for Christmas, and I'm in trouble with bursting Barbie's hair. Now that bitch is rich. So I make my truth like this, yes. And I managed to keep it going, and I commit suicide and the world can be mean, but I do know, Storm, that every weather is not bad.
Right.
And I don't know where I got that part from, only because I called Storm. The rest of that came in my head on its own. Storm. Every storm ain't bad. It's a good storm sometimes.
True.
Does that make sense to you? That just came on the top of my head, Storm. Maybe because I'm talking to you. Because you give me that, I don't know, it's greatness.
Oh.
It's greatness.
Well, I appreciate that. And I just want to say that, hey, your story definitely corroborates what other people have said about Steve.
Did somebody else listen to me with you?
No. I'm saying people have definitely said like he's mean, he's rude, which a lot of rich people are. So that's really not a surprise, to be honest.
But you know what? But this specific story, as far as, well, one thing I looked up, married Harvey, and I said prayers for that way before now. And I looked at her face, and I look at her, you know, because I haven't had experience with men like build you up and you leave me and or something. Not being a celebrity, pain is what it is, and then you leave me. Sometimes light-skinned black people are mean to dark-skinned black people.
Wow.
And we're all black. Well, I got a light-skinned sister, baby sister. Well, she's better now. We're in our 50s. When we were little, me and my other sister, I'll take your laugh at this. I'll bring humor. But, everybody's not like that, except to us. We shouldn't judge. But if I don't like something, I just exit the room and go another direction to avoid stuff. And my light-skinned baby sister, she used to have a habit of saying, y'all black self. Y'all black self. Now, I was born in 1964, and you were born in 1970. Little girl. Now, she's my baby sister now. It's not like that now, but when we were kids, and she don't even remember this stuff, and we talk. But it always, communication is really important if we're able to do it. But we have to listen to each other, right, Storm?
True.
We don't have to agree, but it's okay to listen, and it's a way to do it. So I'm not going to hold you up no more because I'll talk to you till next week.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I just want to say thank you. Thank you, of course, for answering. And it was nice talking to you, and you enjoy your evening. Okay. And your birthday coming up too.
My birthday is Monday, September 18th.
Hey.
Give me a good shout out. I'll be 59 years seasoned.
Hey, nah.
I call it seasoned.
That's okay. That's okay. That's beautiful. And that's a blessing to see another year.
All right. Thank you, Storm, for calling me. And you have your best rest of your evening.
You too. Take care now.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's Storm Show. It's Storm Show.